Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve number 33 from the Chapter 18 textbook problems. The question says, a state's environmental agency worries that many cars may be violating clean air emission standards. The agency hopes to check a sample of vehicles in order to estimate that percentage with a margin of error of 3% and 90% confidence. To gauge the size of the problem, the agency first picks 60 cars and finds 9 with faulty emission systems. How many should be sampled for a full investigation? So number 33 is very similar to the problems that we've had in Chapter 18. The only difference is that we're going to be working backwards. And what I mean by that is, let's take a look at the margin of error formula. So usually we're looking for the margin of error in this, so we would plug in our critical value and then p hat, q hat, and use this formula and get the margin of error. In this scenario, they've already given us the margin of error, which is, in this case, 3%. Which is also equal to 0.03. And then they've also given us the critical value by telling us that they want to be 90% certain. And so the z-score that goes with 90% is actually 1.64, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, 1.645. So just to be more specific, 1.645. And then P and Q, we don't necessarily know that just by reading it, but we're told that of 60 cars that they've already tested, 9 of them came out faulty. So basically, what we can do is divide 9 by 60 to get the value . 0.15, and that's basically going to be our p hat value. So now that we have all this information, we can essentially plug it back into the formula in order to find our n value. So we have margin of error, which is 0.03, is equal to the critical value, which is 1.645 times the square root of p hat, which is 0.15, times q hat, which is just 1 minus that, which is 0.85, over n. And so what we can do just to solve for n, if you have your calculator out, is to go to algebra. I don't know if you guys can see that. Go to algebra and go to numeric solve. And so what we're going to do is we're going to write down this equation and just substitute x for n. So we're going to get 0.3 equals 1.645 times the square root of 0.15 times 0.85 divided by x. So now we're just gonna go put a comma in and then say that we're solving for x and click enter, and we're gonna get that value. So that value is 383.35, which is about 383.4. So basically, this tells us that they're going to need to sample at least 384 cars